So, welcome to Tea for Me, please. Joining me today is Rosa Li from Rosali Tea. Thank you, Rosa, for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me here.
No problem. So, for starters, maybe can you tell me a little bit about how you became interested in tea?
Yeah, sure. I grew up on tea. I drank tea since I was a kid. When I was living with my grandparents, they lived in China, so they always had a cup of tea with them. But I was never a connoisseur by any means. It's only recently that I started being more discerning about tea, and I was traveling in Asia and just tea tasting my way around, and became really interested and wanted to bring better tea and better tea experiences here to people.
I know this is always a difficult question for any tea lover, but do you have a favorite tea?
Ooh, I have a lot of favorite teas, but in general, I love Taiwanese oolongs and Japanese green teas. One of my favorite teas is milk oolong, so the golden lily from Taiwan. I also love, yeah, I love all Japanese green teas. I would say like I have this sencha and matcha blend that's really good. I also love gyokuro and kuki cha, so a lot.
There's almost too many teas to really choose a single favorite, I say. And so, can you tell me a little bit about what Rosalie Tea is?
Yeah, sure. It's a monthly subscription of handcrafted whole leaf teas from around the world. It's curated for you and delivered to your door each month. So by that I mean each month people get three different teas that's tailored to their needs. I actually ask them to take a quiz, a very short quiz at the beginning to figure out their preferences. And so if you tell me you only want non-caffeinated teas, I won't give you black tea. And so then I also try to do tea education through the box. So I try to tell people where the tea is from, the ingredients, the health benefits, and all that. So it's not just you're getting the tea, you're getting the story behind tea as well.
And I know you recently kind of launched through a Kickstarter campaign. Can you tell me what inspired you to choose that path?
Yeah, sure. Kickstarter is a great platform for anyone who wants to start a business. I'm currently bootstrapped, so I don't have the financial means to really fund the business. So Kickstarter helped me a lot with getting my inventory and just sourcing more tea and getting every component of the business ready. So that's for one. It's the financial capital that it provides, and Kickstarter is also great for people to test product market fit. So in the tech world, everyone talks about, is your product the right one? Is there a customer for your product, or do people actually want to buy it? So Kickstarter helped me to test out the demand. So I now know that there's proof of demand. People want tea. People want my tea. So I'm gonna keep growing it.
Congratulations on getting fully funded.
Oh,
I
thank
think
you.
that's definitely a huge accomplishment. Was there anything about the process of doing that surprised you?
Um, I wouldn't say there's anything that's. I guess I would say I was pleasantly surprised by how many people actually want my tea. I wouldn't be doing it if I don't think people love tea and there's enough of a market out there. But I guess I was surprised that Kickstarter actually somehow got the word out to a lot of people. You know, I would say that only a small portion of my Kickstarter backers is my friends and friends of friends, and a lot of the people that bought backed my Kickstarter campaign are people I didn't even know before. They're just people who somehow arrived at my page and they love tea and they want to try new teas. So that was really good for me to know. It's always encouraging to see that there are customers out there. And the process wasn't surprising, just because there's a lot of Kickstarters that have been launched, and there's a lot of kind of blogs out there that talk about the process, lessons learned. So I would say that the process is fairly expected. There's always things like, oh, X, Y, and Z I could have done better. And definitely anyone who is planning to launch a Kickstarter, or even potentially thinking about it, should definitely read up on how to make your Kickstarter campaign successful type of blogs. There's a lot of people talking about it.
And what tips would you offer to somebody else looking to launch a tea company using a Kickstarter?
Yeah, I actually highly encourage people to use Kickstarter. It's such a great platform to get the word out. It's a great platform to test, demand for your product, and you also get a lot of feedback from people, from backers and potential backers, what they think about the product. So it's a really cheap way to get a business started. I would say much of the work for Kickstarter starts before the campaign is even launched. So and the prep work is everything. Not only do you have to make a video to really craft a story, make your campaign page look good, you also have to do a lot of marketing beforehand. So all the marketing actually happens before the campaign's launch. So contact all your friends and try to get the word out as much as possible, and obviously organize events during the campaign. So a lot of the planning actually happens beforehand.
And I know there's a lot of subscription services out there. What sets Rosali Tea apart from the other subscription services?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I actually love a lot of the tea companies out there as well. I would say I focus a lot on quality. I mean, I taste everything, and I've tasted hundreds of teas before. So quality is something I pride myself on. But more importantly, I don't want to just bring better tea here. I also want to bring stories behind tea. So tea education is very important to me. So each month for each tea, I tell the story behind that tea, and I tell people where it's from, what makes it different. Sometimes I even add like tasting notes and pairing suggestions to the tea, and aside from health benefits and all that. So it's important for me to create a better experience for people, and to also teach people more about tea and have them appreciate tea more. It's almost, how, and if you think about what happened in the coffee and chocolate and wine industries, when people moved from commodity products to artisanal products, they became, I guess, they became more interested in the source of their food, right, and their coffee. I think that's what I'm trying to do for the tea industry, is for people to learn more about the source and know where everything's from, and also become appreciated and appreciate quality.
Thank you so much for taking the time to share your story with my readers. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know if there's anything you'd like to see in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.